Some people die chasing money. Some die chasing love. But this man died chasing 3 words his father never said. Sit down. Let me tell you this story properly. Because if you are African, if you grew up with a father who believed silence was discipline and fear was respect, this story might punch you in the chest. His name was Kunle. Not a bad man. Not a lazy man. Not a foolish man. Just a man who wanted to hear his father say, "My son, you did well." Oh. In his father's house, praise was a forbidden food. You could smell it in other homes, but you would never taste it there. Kunle's father, postponed, believed something very dangerous. He believed that if you praise a child, you weaken him. According to him, too much encouragement spoils a man. Hunger builds character. So Kunle grew up hungry, not for food, but for approval. As a boy, Kunle fetched water, washed plates, swept compound, ran errands like Nipolite, always coming and going. When he scored high in school, postponed said nothing. When he came first in class, the man adjusted his cap and said, "Others did better than you in their own houses." When Kunle brought home his first salary envelope as a young apprentice, his father counted the money and asked, "Is this all?" Oh. African parents can wound you without raising their voice. Kunle laughed a lot outside. Always joking. Always smiling. But inside, the boy was tired. Still, he kept going. Because African children are taught one thing early: no matter how wicked your father is, he is still your father. So Kunle chased success like it was running away from him. He left the village for the city. Lagos. The land where dreams are sold in installments and suffering is full-time. He worked as a security guard. Then a delivery boy. Then a driver. Every month, he sent money home. Not small money. Money that could have changed his own life. People would ask him, "Kunle, why you dey kill yourself like this?" He would laugh and say, "My father is not a bad man. He is just hard." That is how Africans excuse emotional pain, with humor. Years passed. Kunle's friends married. Built houses. Bought cars. Kunle postponed everything. No wife yet. No house yet. Why? Because postponed once said, "A man who has not settled his family has no right to start another one." So Kunle carried the whole family on his head like calabash. If his siblings needed school fees, he paid. If the roof leaked, he fixed it. If his father coughed, he sent money. Still, silence. No, thank you. No, well done. Just expectations. One day, Kunle finally made it. After years of grinding like pepper, he landed a good job. Office job. Air condition. Chair with wheels. He built a small house for his parents in the village. Not a palace, but a good house. Painted. Tiled. Fence and gate. The day he handed the keys to his father, his heart was beating like talking drum. This was the moment. This was where the story would change. postponed walked around the house slowly. Touched the wall. Looked at the ceiling. Nodded. Then he said, "It is fine." That was all. Oh. Kunle smiled. But that night, he cried like a child whose toy had broken. Elders say, the child you refuse to carry on your back will grow up and learn how to walk away. But Kunle did not walk away. He stayed. Because hope is a stubborn thing. Years later, postponed fell ill. Serious illness. Hospital bills started flying like birds. Kunle paid everything. Doctors, drugs, scams, everything. He slept on hospital benches. Skipped meals. Lost weight. One night, Kunle collapsed. Heart attack. Just like that. No warning. No goodbye. Connor died in the same hospital where he was fighting for his father's life. Life has a very wicked sense of humor. At Connor's burial, the whole village came out. People cried. Women wailed. Men shook their heads and said, he was a good man. And then Bobaton stood up. The same man who never praised his son. His voice shook. Tears ran down his face like rain that had been waiting for years. He said, my son did everything for me. I thought being hard would make him stronger. I did not know I was killing him slowly. Oh. Too late. The praise finally came. But Connor was no longer around to hear it. African proverb says, flowers belong to the living, not the grave. So listen to me now. If you are a parent, speak love. If you are a child, do not destroy yourself chasing approval that may never come. Because some people carry emotional wounds so quietly that when they finally fall, everyone is shocked. Connor did everything right. But he forgot one thing. You cannot pour from an empty cup forever. Let me ask you now, slowly. Honestly. Deep inside your chest. What would you have done?